guys, welcome to episode number 378 of the ClevelandMoto podcast with extra special guests. Oh, good out. Yeah. Good job. So to my immediate left,
Darren from Chicago.
Darren's coming back. Darren's been in the podcast before. He's been in Moto Stories with Unkie Phil and all kinds of stuff. We're going to get to why these guys are here in a minute.
Yep.
To his left,
Steve Sleepy.
To his left,
Chris Smith.
And to his left,
Johnny Mack.
And to his left,
Robert Hodge.
Rob, have you ever been in one of our podcasts before?
I've actually never been to Cleveland before.
Wow.
At least not that I remember.
So he's here.
That's a cherry to pop.
That's a pretty good one. And we're going to Porco later, so yay. And then to his left,
The happy sewer guy.
the happy sewer guy. Right on.
Right around here.
HGS.
So if this podcast
HSG.
if this podcast runs less than 2 hours, you can only know that it's because we're going to Porco. So thank you very much. So I want to preface this by saying the reason, Derek, good job.
I had to finish the other one.
You did have to finish the other one first. Yeah. My ice is melted on my third bourbon. Yeah. So, Death by Coconut. Oscar loves those. So Oscar's going to be with us this weekend because I know, right? Yeah. Last time we got to hang out was in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good weekend, too.
At the Mile High Mayhem Denver.
That's the shirt I'm wearing. Coincidentally.
It's exactly right. Yeah. Nobody's ever been spanked into a Jedi Knight Scooter Club harder than Oscar.
Oh, no. I've seen some brutal ones.
Yeah.
Oliver broke.
With the Jedi.
I know.
Oliver broke two paddles on him, though.
On his butthole. Yeah.
Yes, but you see, nowadays it's gotten us off. We actually use paddles. Before it was a little bit rougher.
Technically, those were cutting boards and not actually for paddling.
Right. Yeah.
They were really rally trophies.
They worked. Seriously, it was our friend Jedi Mexicrazy. She made those. And she made them as raffle awards. She never thought they'd be used as paddles to paddle in a new Jedi.
And yet she is a Jedi. She should know these.
She should know
I was going to say, she knows you guys.
If she gives something that looks like a paddle, like even like a kayak paddle or
someone's going to get hit with it.
Somebody's going to hit with it. And Adam Biddle was there, so that guarantees somebody's going to hit with it.
She's a Jedi. The Force should have told her this.
Yeah, and Adam put like a real special fetishy spin on it. Like he's like, okay, the safe word is tequila, and he's like, I was like, what the fuck, man? He's like, no, I don't play. Okay,
or I do play.
Who mounted the butt plug on the pedal?
And he's like, Phil, he's like, you want me to spank you? And I was like, Adam, I couldn't live if you didn't spank me. And Adam's like, no, seriously. Do you want me to spank you? And I was like, well, let's start at
Adam's big on consent.
He's huge on consent because he's Adam, right? And he seriously was like, so how do you want me to start? I was like, well, warm me up on 3 and we'll see where it goes. And I got as high as 7.
What's it, like Thai food?
Yeah, it is. It's like, do you want white boy Thai food or do you want, indigenous Thai food?
It is a bit like Thai food.
It is. And it was spicy. So super fun, super cool. So this weekend, this means a lot to us because this is Bandcamp weekend. Anybody who's been to Bandcamp knows that Bandcamp is fucking weird. Like, we've had helicopters take people away from Bandcamp.
Isn't the record 3?
Yep.
In 1 weekend?
In 1 weekend, yeah.
I haven't been to Bandcamp in, I think, 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And Bandcamp...
I remember that. Like, you don't want those helicopter rides, though.
You don't.
Those are not the fun.
Those are not the fun kind of helicopter.
Those are the helicopter rides when the ambulance shows up and can't help you.
Oh, the ambulance got there and was straight up like, we need air support. And we had people that, the thing is, it's a band camp. It is literally a Toronto Fathers band camp.
Like for marching bands.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Apparently, it's like some fathers that bought the land for their kids' marching band at the high school or something. Yeah. And it's not. We didn't come up with a name and ape off that movie. No, that movie came out 2 years after we started doing Bandcamp, which led to a lot of hilarity that year.
Ain't that the fucking truth? and that is one of those things that I make very clear to people, and they're like, oh well, wait a second, is this Bandcamp? And I'm like, yep, it's Bandcamp. And they're like, well, what is Bandcamp? I'm like, well, Bandcamp is a big giant red barn with a meat locker, freezer, storage in it, a full upstairs kitchen so they can make food and cook food and whatnot. And it is giant.
Yeah.
I mean, the acreage is epic, but
there is literally
not allowed to go
nowhere in the Appalachian foothills.
Yeah. Right.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. You're not allowed to go on the football field.
Yeah. There is a football field that's used for practicing marching.
Yes, it is.
You cannot mess that up because that's
Because that's
whole
why
reason
it's
this place
there.
is
And that's like the one rule almost.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
It is truly the one
here's
rule.
what happens when you rope off a football field shaped area.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people are bringing
Power
bikes
sports.
in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it just
you
becomes
got a dirt track open.
a dirt track around a pristine grass field.
And it's funny, too, because like anybody who ever did high school sports knows that a football field is a quarter mile. And anybody who's ever raced flat track knows that a quarter mile is a quarter mile. Like a lot of places you race flat track, it's an eighth of a mile. It's a, state fairgrounds or something like that. You get an eighth of a mile. But at this particular event, it is a quarter mile. And for some reason, we decided to go clockwise 24 years ago. And we've been going clockwise ever since. And so people...
Going counterclockwise.
I go counterclockwise to get the headlights in my face because it's more fun.
I think most people go counterclockwise.
No, everyone goes clockwise. We all go clockwise.
Everyone turns
There was a
left, though.
rule,
I was going
Always turn right.
counterclockwise.
Everybody turns left.
Because the one thing they didn't want was a head-on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But for the naked ride, it's better to go anti-clockwise because then you see the headlights and the
see all
people
the
coming
headlights.
at you. Yeah.
And nobody wants to see anybody's ass.
No, it's true.
At least
And-
not on a scooter.
Yeah. And
I do.
It's honestly, it's just like a parade of plumber's cracks.
It
You
really
don't
is.
want to.
but it never... I'm going to tell you that it's been 20 plus years that we've done it, and it never gets old, ever. It's just fucking hilarious.
But it hasn't happened in 3 years because of,
Yeah.
the sickness.
Because of the COVID.
Is this in
And-
VA?
The sad thing is,
Is this Pennsylvania?
So this is New Somerset, Ohio.
Oh.
Technically,
On the
New
edge of
Somerset, Ohio.
Right where
Right.
that little finger of West Virginia pokes up in between
Oh.
Pennsylvania
and Ohio.
there.
yeah.
And you want to hear a weird Bandcamp kind of weird trivia connection I have this year? I just graduated with an associate's degree
Yeah.
from the community college that's like 10 miles south of Bandcamp. I
Oh,
missed
really?
my graduation last week.
What?
Yeah.
So you
I
graduated
graduated from the community college in Bandcamp, Jefferson County.
Jefferson County.
Yeah. It's Eastern Gateway Community College. Go Edugators.
Educators. That's a riot. So yeah, Bandcamp is fucking goofy. And it is goofy and it's silly. And it makes no damn sense to anybody, but yet we've been doing it for ages.
My sad Bandcamp story.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened since 2019.
Right.
Right? I didn't make that one because a scooter club mate of mine got married that weekend.
Oh, you're right.
And I was the best man.
That's right. You guys, a bunch of
And
you
a
guys
couple
missed that
club
rally.
mates of mine who are also coming this weekend were also in the groom's party, and then a whole bunch of Chicago scooterists were at the wedding instead.
You have some fucked up priorities.
It's his priorities, not mine. Here's the sad part, though. The year after it didn't happen, 2020.
Right.
2021, it didn't happen. 2021, that marriage is over. They're getting
Yeah.
divorced.
Oh,
I haven't
really?
been to Bandcamp for longer than his whole wedding, his whole marriage.
Yeah,
let's
his
say.
whole marriage. I sat with him at the table at Chicago rally at your Chicago
and
Scooter Classic.
I love the dude, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a joke. Like, so sorry, Matt. Like,
Yeah, sorry, Matt.
I like not the best man thing to say,
Yeah.
but like you hosed us on that.
You
one a
host
little
us on
bit.
that one,
So
for
have you
real.
ever heard my car rental Bandcamp story?
Oh, tell me, man.
Oh,
So this was several years back, and I didn't have a running bike at the time because I kept blowing it up.
Yeah.
And a club mate of mine in Chicago, and we were like, the two of us, me and her, I'm going to call her CB. Gives some
That's
anonymity.
yeah. That's a safe
And
bet. Yeah.
so we decided we're going to drive in my truck to Bandcamp.
Right.
When we get to the Indiana-Ohio border, and I scatter the engine on it.
Yeah.
It was a Mitsubishi Montero that I think the overdrive didn't work on. So we were just revving the snot out of it and just going along, and all of a sudden, bloop, car blows up. So we're on the turnpike. The state patrol comes and they call us a tow truck and get us into a little town on the side there. And it's like the tow truck driver, we're riding back. He's like, I know you guys. I got to know some guys that can get you a rental car. And I'm like, rental car in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of fortuitous.
Right,
And
yeah.
at this point, I'm wearing boots, flight jacket, and I look of someone of a particular belief if you don't know particular beliefs. So
I think you can say the S
I think
word.
I think you can say skinhead around here. Our podcast listeners have been dialed
okay,
into
well,
skinhead.
I don't know if people
yeah.
that know me that don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very compartmentalized. Anyway.
Yeah, but
So
our
we're there
podcast.
sitting
Yeah.
You
there.
may be confused for a bonehead, but you were not
Yes.
one.
Right.
I
Exactly.
might be convicted to be part of it. I might have been confused with someone who is in a violent, racist group.
Right.
I'll put it at that. And so we get into the place there.
I've never seen you at the compound.
No, or the guy's house that I was at last night.
Right.
actually.
Well, so we pull into this place, and I'm like 22, and CB is like 25 or 26.
Yeah.
So she could legally rent a car, but I had the good job and had the money, and I had a credit card. So I just had her she's sitting down filling the paperwork out, and I'm just sitting down at this chair, handing her my credit card, and I'm reading The Dead Enders, which is a scooter-based comic book, sitting in this office there. And we get it all taken care of, and we get in this Toyota or something they've got. We peel out of there, and she's a bit nervous. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, do you realize what we just did? And I'm like, what? She hands me the paperwork for it. And right at the top there is White Knight Auto Sales.
Oh,
we just
my
rented a car
God.
from the Klan.
From the Klan.
In the Indiana-Ohio border.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she's like, didn't you notice the giant tin-stamped, like hand-metal-worked knight painted white that you were sitting next to
Oh,
reading
my
the
God.
comic book? So we rented a car from the Klan to get to Bandcamp. I still have
Nice.
the paperwork somewhere. I bring it out every so often just to remind myself that, yes, that actually did
That's
happen.
fucking weird.
Well, and they
man.
probably thought, like, hey, man, what's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up,
I think
brother?
they gave me the good guy discount. It's weird.
I had a plumber
All
do that.
lives matter.
Right. Yeah. I had a plumber gave me the discount because he saw all my Dropkick Murphy shit in the garage, like all my strength through OA shit and all the stuff I had in my garage hanging on the walls. The guy came in and he's like, yeah, man, your brother. I was like, and he hooked me up. Steve went to go get some tires mounted on his motorcycle the other day and discovered that his local tire mounting enthusiast also...
Well, he was enthusiastic about a lot of things. So I went to go get my tires mounted the other day, and so like
Among other things.
Well, I know how busy Phil's shop is right now, and I usually tackle my own tires, but on my Africa Twin, this back tire would not fucking come off the rim, and I didn't want to gouge the shit out of it. Like, it was made out of wood or something, and I couldn't get it loose. So I started looking up, and I looked on Facebook to see if anybody had, like, tire changing services, and sure enough, this dude pops up. And he's about 15, 20 minutes away, and he's charging $35 a tire. And I'm like, well, that's very fair. I think I'll take advantage of this. So I message him. I'm like, hey, do you have any time the next week or two to do tires? He's like, if you can get here today, I'll have them done in 30 minutes. Wow. I'm like, okay, fucking A, let's do it.
Game
So
on.
throw the shit in there, and I get there, and as I pull up, I'm watching the GPS. Obviously, I've never been there before. And there's a house, and it has like 15 pride flags in front of it. I'm like, oh, cool. Neighborhood, the guys celebrating, whatever. And then there's a bunch of bushes. So then I pull past that house, and then I notice this has to be my guy.
Is it all Confederate flags or something?
Confederate flag, then a Trump flag, but it's not just a Trump flag. It's the Arnold Schwarzenegger body with two 50 caliber machine guns shooting with the Trump thing.
Man.
Then it's the snake flag, the don't step on the snake or whatever it is.
No-step snake.
No step snake.
No snap steak.
And then a black flag the American flag was on the top, and then there was just a straight black flag underneath it. And I'm like, wow, okay, this guy's got a lot of opinions. So I get in his
It's not an
driveway.
MIA flag.
Of course,
No, this
yeah.
was just black. It wasn't, there was no writing, there was no anything. I think it symbols the end of America, so who knows?
Oh, yeah, there you
Just
go.
decided to go yar and hoist the
Yeah. So, but anyways, his garage is there, and he has a beautiful, professional tire machine. So I was a little relieved. I'm like, okay, this guy's not just going to be some Yahoo.
Which
with
which way? Like where? In
North
about
Ridgeville.
North Ridgeville.
It was right next to Avon, kind of in that area over there, in a totally normal neighborhood. And so we go in, and the guy's pretty cool for a minute. And he goes, I know you. And I'm like, you know me? And he's like, yeah. And so I can't place why this guy would know me. And then he brought up,
tweet on Facebook.
Yeah, no. No, he brought up the old stunning days and stuff of sport bikes. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You might have seen me, whatever, we're talking. And so now he's comfortable. Now he's my dude. So he's like, let me show you something. And I was like, oh, God. So we go inside this
He
dude's
knows you
house.
from that when you hung out with that one dude who turned out to.
Yeah, the other guy. So we go inside, and at first it's pretty cool. Like, he does steampunk art, where he has he buys 1870s pulleys and shit, and combines them with cords to make lights, and it's pretty fucking cool. I was like, all right, this is kind of neat, and thing. He goes, well, let me show you something else. So we go into the next room, and the dude's got
His
like
dick's out?
No,
You had
the dude's got an arsenal.
I mean, that's kind of neat too.
Yeah,
The bondage room where all
Well,
those
no.
pulleys are going to.
So, but then we go to this other room, and now the dude's got like 50 cals and ARs and fucking and AKs and.
So he's a
fucking-
gun enthusiast.
So again, I'm fine with that, no problem. And he's really cool. He paints them with this special 2-part paint and shit, and they're all real detailed. And like he had like one gun was like $16,000. It had like a $5,000 scope on it, and this whole fucking thing. And that's like his model that he takes. And,
Hot
like,
stuff coming in at the door.
sells. But anyways, so then now he's super comfortable. He takes me to his prepper's room where he has a bunch of Steve HOFFERT
It's
shit.
like peeling an onion.
Yeah,
It is
So
beautiful.
now we get to see the body armor, the flash grenades, the fucking MREs, and all the shit for when the shit goes down.
Yeah?
And-
So?
no, again, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I look to the right and I see a helmet that looks very familiar, a helmet that a lot of Nazis wore in World War II.
He's a collector.
And then underneath that is 3 really nicely folded red and black and white Nazi flags all put together in perfect things next to some boots and stuff. And I'm
It's
like,
hard to write
oh.
that off.
Yeah.
You can't
So
write that off.
we go.
I hate Nazis.
So we go back outside now, and I just want to get my fucking tires, you know? So, like, he had finished my tires. I'm trying to get them. And he starts telling me about how this guy of undescript nature tried to carjack him, and he had to shoot the car like 8 times with this gun, and he wasn't sure if he killed anybody or not, and the cops came and all this stuff. And he met the guy in court. And then the next thing, he just starts screaming in the middle of his neighborhood, "This fucking S-enter, this."
And
And
then
the lady
the video
that's like
cameras
super pride lady is sitting next door. She's outside, and this dude's yelling the N-word all over the fucking neighborhood. And I'm like, great. By association, I'm now a white supremacist asshole standing here just wanting to get my fucking tires from this guy.
You went into North Ridgeville. What do you expect?
I had no idea. I didn't know North Ridgeville was a Klan-associated fucking township, dude. Like, I had no idea.
Well, judging by his neighbor, it's also like an incredibly gay township if you're going to use that criteria.
Exactly.
Well, I think-
so. You were at the,
I was
the
just-
nexus between
It
gay
takes
and
a
Klan.
village.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
he was probably one of the cops there.
Although, you know, who likes leather and tight clothes?
Yeah.
Nazis and,
Yeah, right.
you know,
Yeah,
leather
it's
boys.
interchangeable. But yeah, so I just, and then he was like, "You got my number if you need anything." I'm like, "Yep, I'll be holding on to that
I
number."
got your number, all right.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting way to get some tires changed. So hey, I guess there's a lot I can't see. Oh, it's like 1,000
Yeah.
people. Hello.
More Chicago trash showed up.
Nice.
It's-
So we got Phil Pace in the background. Say hi, wave. There you go.
Phil doesn't talk so much. Sometimes.
No, he's pretty quiet.
But when he does, it's golden.
James is heading out to get a cocktail. There you go. Right. Yep. And then Kathy's leading the way. So yeah, help yourself to any beverages or any food you see hanging around.
And then Brian's
go crazy.
outside, I think.
Is he really?
A nicotine fix.
Oh yeah,
Bastard
cool.
Nelly
Good
is
idea.
out there.
No.
Bastard. No.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian Coppin.
Brian.
Oh, okay.
Brian
Yeah.
Coppin.
Okay,
Big Brian.
Big Brian.
You know him.
Right on, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. So I mean,
We're more interesting than them anyway.
well, but I guess the hilarious thing about that is just you're going to get a fucking tire change. You didn't want to get indoctrinated into a fucking, you know.
Well, yeah, and also like I mean, like his advertisement doesn't say tire changes and Nazi conversions.
No,
I mean,
it
like,
doesn't.
would've been a little before notice would have been nice.
Yeah, I
But,
think
I
this
mean-
is a picture of Darren riding El Caucho.
Oh, I missed
That is me.
That's
for sure.
Darren riding El
there.
Caucho.
Yeah.
So-
I miss El
Yeah,
Gaucho.
El Caucho shoots flaming balls.
Did they did you have to have a
Buy the
special
patch, take the
trailer
ride.
to get that wherever it was going?
So our friend
think it
Alex,
unbolts.
builds that, so it all unbolts. And believe it or not, the Herkimer battle scooter that pulls it is actually just a Honda Elite 150. But it's the world's hardest Honda Elite 150. Like, you cannot fuck with this bike. But he puts a full-size love seat out there, wired up and shit like that. And then he
Please
proceeds...
Bandcamp public transit.
Yeah, he proceeds to ground rape Bandcamp for the next 3 days. And if you're like, yeah, I just don't think I can take Bandcamp anymore, he's like, hop in the sidecar, hop on the couch. And then he'll just spin you around Bandcamp for hours.
Alex is crazy fun time MacGyver.
He is crazy fun time
When
MacGyver.
they had the Amish theme band camp, he turned the El Caucho into, there was a mechanical horse on the front of it and like a horse
marionette-
and buggy.
a marionette
outside.
horse and buggy.
And then if you look closely on the
Yeah.
inside, the walls were wallpapered with centerfolds. And-
Pornography.
Yeah.
The entire inside of the Amish buggy was all pornography.
Tell me the Hostile Amish played. At
No, but
Spent so much time away from scooters that I'm very glad I'm coming back.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
And then there was, I
It was
forget the theme.
Rumspringen that weekend.
It was Rumspringa.
It was Rumspringa, yeah.
He was
Exactly.
Rumspringa.
There was a
real
lot of
big.
rumspringing.
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of rumspringing going on.
Then there was the time he built a whole lunar lander
He built the
I
entire
can't remember
space
what the
station.
theme was, but yeah,
That was the Martian one. That was the space
Big
one.
TV
Yeah.
in front of the table.
And there's a
He literally, and he had an astronaut suit. Like,
Yep.
I cannot, I couldn't even imagine doing that much work, and my hat is already off, but it
Oh,
goes
fuck
off to
yeah.
Alex for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Dude's
mental.
that dude is amazing.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And I mean, Bandcamp is fucking mental to begin with. It's just stupid fun. Yeah,
you're
that's the
on camera.
Grodex. Yeah.
And behind you
Yeah.
is the camera recording the podcast. So-
Well, it's getting James's ass.
yeah.
And then here's Kathy. There's Kathy
yep.
sitting on the.
There's me relaxing.
There goes our ratings.
So there's
Yeah,
Kathy.
straight to the moon.
yeah.
I was relaxing. It was a long weekend.
Okay, and we got arrested in Lake Geneva. Well, we got detained in Lake Geneva because
Yeah.
Kathy was resting on the back of our pontoon boat.
As well as you put
Whoops.
it, you can get pulled over in anything.
I was gonna seriously. How the fuck do I
I
get
didn't
pulled
do
over in
anything.
Lake Geneva on a rented
Hasn't
pontoon
been
boat?
pulled over. Yeah, you even got pulled over on a wet bike.
I got pulled over on a wet bike too. I did get pulled over on a wet bike. The fucking water cop is like, pull over, and I'm like,
Where?
to what? There's no curb.
Just stop.
Right, I just stop and fill this stupid thing full of water.
No
Yeah.
cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah, there's
Grodex.
the Grodex and the Grodex mom right there rocking out on the P200.
So
It's a
what-
Fran
what
sandwich.
possible reason would they have to pull somebody over on a pontoon?
So apparently they have a rule that
having
you're
too
not
much
allowed to
fun.
be sunning yourself on the aft deck.
You have to be inside the rails
Cinch.
of the pontoon boat while it's in motion.
Right. Yeah. That's all true.
So that the swim platform you were on the back of.
Yeah, I
the-
was just sitting on it.
She was on the
'cause
motor
that's where
cover.
there was
Yeah. But there was this beautiful thing. It was all upholstered. it was
so-
clearly
Yeah, it
meant
was
to be
great.
laying on.
Lake
yeah.
Geneva,
But you
Wisconsin
can't be
is
moving
about
at the
2
same
miles
time,
over the
so-
border from Illinois, and
Yeah.
the lake itself is like the Illinois, Chicago area. Like, no one from Wisconsin, like probably like
We don't really
1,000
have
people
lakes in
from
Illinois.
Wisconsin live there
Yeah.
year
don't
round,
really have
and then
lakes
there's
in
like
Illinois, so
probably
they go
like
across the border with
30,000
that.
Illinoisans that come up there.
It's all
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
my-
So the cops are just like,
My
yeah, like
brother-in-law
who are
lives
they going to
in
piss
Burlington.
off? Like the tourists.
It
Like,
was
they
a
don't
target-rich environment.
care. Yeah.
We went there one time. We were going out west, and we stayed in a motel like off season.
Yeah.
And we walked into the motel room, and the floor literally had an inch of water
Is
on
it the Chateau Royal Inn?
I don't know, but the floor.
That might have been our
Royale.
water still.
shag carpets, but there was an inch of water in the shag carpet.
You
was
guys
disgusting.
help yourself to the fridge. You know where all the booze is. Go crazy. If you like liquor, we got it all.
But
Yeah.
that's a place that's like a Swiss city, right? Like you walk down the
yeah.
Portion.
I mean, Hugh
Yeah.
Hefner's mansion was there at some point. There was a Playboy thing there, and it's like this
Yep.
resort town on a lake. And there's not a lot. It's not like Minnesota where there's lakes everywhere.
Right.
It's like the one bigger lake south in Wisconsin, closer to Illinois. I used to live straight south there in a small town named Elburn. Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water.
And we, I had
radium's
a, yeah, it's radioactive. That's a whole other story.
Right.
But we
Explains a
threw
lot,
a
Rob.
scooter rally there that we had it was the Smokey and the Bandit run where we camped out in my backyard. And it got wild to start off with. Someone unloaded their scooter from the trailer, saw the
That was
people
a really
like
fun
starting to hang out there, and then loaded it back on the trailer and immediately
Off
left.
they fucked.
Yeah. And we
guess we're not their
decided, so
party.
to keep with the Smokey and the Bandit theme, we were going to send people north and like go there as fast as you can and go try and find a beer in Wisconsin that you can't get in Illinois.
And then bring it back.
And bring it back.
Yep.
And bring back the most creative proof that you've been to Wisconsin.
Yep.
And I mean, someone brought back someone's parking ticket off their car.
Yep.
So they may have gotten another one or not knowing
Probably.
they got a parking ticket. We had some pretty good entries on that, and we did the run and came back and all, and yeah, Lake Geneva. it's a
Everybody
fun
showed
town.
up with New Glarus. And everybody was there with New Glarus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And in the picture right now, that's El Caucho, and those are my feet coming out of the top of El Caucho to give
the
you an
Mexicana.
idea of Bandcamp.
They look so smooth and
So
everything.
the Mexicana.
Did you just jump in there?
So the Mexicana is all about what? It's a 4-lap race.
Yes.
It's called the Mexicana.
It's an endurance race.
400.
But
right.
it's not. You're not enduring the riding.
It's not an average endurance race.
You're enduring your existence.
Right.
No, you're enduring
During
your
the garbage they feed you.
It's
at
a
the,
Monte
and the
Carlo
stuff they
start.
make you drink.
And so everybody basically has to go up to the table and eat their version of a burrito from hell or a taco from hell. That
Flamethrower.
it may involve dog food. it's spam.
Or maybe it's one of those
you
gas
take what they
station
give you.
burritos that they
Probably,
didn't
right.
bother to thaw
cook
out
or thaw,
before.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be.
And so this year
You're
in
lucky.
particular, everything was spam flavored. So this year was the year of the spam. So we had to go eat the burrito and then run to your bike, Monte Carlo start, and haul ass and do a lap of the racetrack. And so you do a lap, left-hand turn lap of the racetrack. And
Every lap they feed you something.
and then you stop after lap 1 and they give you a shot of tequila or a margarita, some other Mexican-inspired beverage. And it's usually grade 4 gasoline. It's just garbage. And
terrible beer, a
yeah,
terrible
you choke that
tequila,
thing down.
Terrible hot sauce.
Oh, it's vile. And you choke that
the
shit
race is
down.
not designed for the competitors. It's designed for the
spectators.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever tried to drink beer out of a Corona bottle in a hurry?
This is a race
Yes.
where there are no winners.
Because that's the only way it tastes good.
So you shake the bottle up as much as you can, and then you let your thumb off of it and let gas do the work.
I
My
do that a lot.
trick for the Mexicana is I puke on the third lap. So when I'm on the back straight, I usually just puke. I puke right on the floorboards, so I'm ready for the fourth lap.
I usually would lean off to one side and just kind of spray it
Right,
across
yeah.
the bike.
Because there's usually
Well,
this
that
is
creates a road
this is
hazard.
the jug fuckery that goes on here is you're all trying to get the burritos as fast as you can and get back to your bike to get a good launch. So it's fucking dangerous. There's no better way to put it. And then by the fourth lap, you've had like your fourth alcoholic beverage or third alcoholic beverage before you go. Usually, that's not a question of do you crash in the Mexicana. It's how bad do you crash in the Mexicana. Yes, it's fucking awful. I mean, it's a vile and disgusting thing. But not joking, I love the Mexicana. It is one of my favorite things in the world. I've done it in a sidecar rig. I've done it on a brand new Bajaj that wasn't titled yet.
Oh yeah, that's the best way to do it.
With those bullshit Nyla Grip Zapper tires that were useless. Yeah, I
You've
crashed.
done it on a couch.
I've crashed a brand. I've done it on a couch. I've done it
I
on a
did it on a
sofa.
race bike with S1s once.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That's also insane.
I'm
So,
a
yeah.
spectator.
Yes. Crowd participation.
again.
There's Kathy right there. Crowd participation
How I
goes a
spectate.
very long way in the Mexicana.
I was blacked out the last time I was there.
Do you know what event has caused the most injuries outside of traditional type events? Because you're going to be surprised when I tell you. Scooter jousting. Scooter jousting.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Scooter
Well, yeah.
jousting did take down its share of competitors. I'm not going to lie. Matthew from West Virginia lost an entire knee, a human knee.
That was a hard video to watch.
Horrible video to watch. And also because when I crashed, I was wearing a kilt with no undercarriage. And so my
That's also a very hard video to
it's a
watch.
very hard video to watch. And
Actually, kind of soft. But
but the other video,
innuendo.
the other instance of most people injured is in the potato.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
It's the potato.
Some
brutal.
It's fucking potato.
Mexican
I did
Matt's
it
he's
once.
a hardcore
So
competitor.
how they do
Once.
this is they take a pile of like 3 or 4 bales of hay, and they dump it out, and they put, and you're right, it's from the like an old Milwaukee rally.
I was a walking
And they put a
rash
dozen
after that.
potatoes in there, and it's basically the world's worst version of
Find the
musical
needle,
chairs, right? So the music goes, and people on scooters with people on the back of scooters go around in a circle. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, except for it's Mexican music at 1,700 decibels. And then the music stops, and then your passenger has to bail off, dive into a pile of hay with 18 other competitors.
And generally, it's been raining all weekend.
It's been raining. It's fucking
so
awful.
It's not just a pile of hay. It's a pile of hay on 3-inch deep mud.
Poo. Because the mud there is mostly poo because they get their mud from the horse place down the road. So,
Mud from the horse.
yeah.
Like Mid-Ohio.
It doesn't smell great when you get home. Trust me. So
And it
then,
stains in really weird
then
ways,
like
too.
8 people pop up with a potato and one person doesn't, and now there's 7, right? And this goes on. But meanwhile, it's like this guy's got an orbital fracture, and the other guy's got bloody knuckles and 3 teeth.
people
right?
might be throwing elbows.
They're throwing elbows hard, and you'll see a guy with a potato full on man swinging another dude around, and you're like, it's a fucking potato. So it never
Gotta
Potato
do
is
it for the
life.
glory.
it never gets cool. It's never okay. It's violent. Every year people are bleeding, and every year people literally lose a fucking tooth fighting over a stupid uncooked potato.
But
Just
one
to
year we
be.
did earn a meme.
Yes, we did.
that made
Oh, yes.
that made it to the far enough reaches of the internet that people that are completely unrelated.
Our friend Matt. Matt
I didn't
found
go to
us.
Bandcamp
I
that
found
year,
shirts being
and
made
I
of
didn't
that.
watch
Yeah.
the videos.
Like Derek was
That
making
came-
shirts, but like people that I know completely unrelated to anything that we have to do.
Yes.
Were like, oh yeah, I totally saw this meme. It was hilarious, and it's Matt.
guy in a
Yeah,
dress
it's Matt potatoing.
So there's
And I'm
our
like,
friend
oh,
Matt,
hold on, I
who
was
just
there.
randomly has ended up in memes now.
I've got a great story on that. I
And
didn't
that was
know
just
that
a
was
straight
Bandcamp.
Google search.
That came back around through my non-scooter friends and got back to me. I'm like, wait a minute. I think I recognize that barn in the background.
Yes.
That's Mexican Matt.
That's Mexican Matt.
Wait a minute. I know that guy. Wait a minute.
Yep. So no kidding, our friend Mexican Matt, who won the potato.
See,
do you call it a potato race? Like, what do you fucking call
potato
it?
game.
The potato game.
But here's the thing about him
Potato
winning
in the
it
haystack.
is every single round.
Yeah.
He just pretty much like went like whoop and just like stuck his hand in and pulled out a potato.
Yeah.
And so by the time he was winning it, he was just like, it was like he had like a potato magnet that just went to his hand, like it was like a Jedi freaking mind trick.
Those are freaking huge.
and
He's got
it
potatoes.
was just like round after round after round. So by the end, when that iconic photo was taken,
Yep.
everyone was just like, yeah.
Well, he was also wearing
He's wearing a
Jordana's
dress.
Yeah.
that she
He's
was
wearing a
giving
dress.
away, and
Yeah.
like all these
Yeah.
hand down, like I've got it.
Yeah, and it was funny,
yeah.
but that particular year, 300 memes showed up in 300 different directions.
The thing
yeah.
about Matt, though, is that's his personality.
Yes, it is.
Like, anybody who knows him, like, he's like that 24/7.
And there's him winning the Super Bowl. So, there you go. Yeah, right. So that happened. Yeah. So Bandcamp is a strange thing. It's very hard to describe Bandcamp to
Oh,
people.
we didn't
who-
even talk about the game Bear.
Okay.
Oh God,
Would you?
Bear was
Okay.
the best.
All right. All right. Okay.
So-
All right. Okay, Darren, keep in mind.
There are
This is-
impressionable children
No,
watching.
no. This is a podcast for people that don't actually give a shit about motorcycles. They basically want to hear us get drunk and talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
This game has
doing it all
nothing to
day.
do with motorcycles.
This game has
you
nothing
can
to do
play
with
it
motorcycles.
anywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Where the cops won't show up very quickly if you light off fireworks.
Right, yeah.
That's about the only
So
requirement for
what
this
do
game.
you need to play Bear?
You need cinnamon bears or gummy bears, some kind of bowl or pie tin, something that can hold water.
I use beer can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
half of a beer can
Yep.
with a hole in it that you can stick a little firecracker in.
Yep.
And then a bunch of idiots.
I guess my favorite way to describe it would be you would take any beer can, cut it in half.
Yep.
From front to back.
Drill a hole in it.
Okay. And then crimp the one side so the top half fits nicely snugly into the bottom half. The bottom of the beer can, if you flipped your beer can over, you'd see that there's a dented in receptacle, which is perfect for several gummy bears. Okay. And then you take a ladyfinger, any sort of firework you have, and you put it into the vessel of the beer can that is now a much shorter beer can because part A is now sliding into part B. You now have made a very small mortar.
Yes.
But the mortar has passengers, and those passengers are gummy bears.
Yes. They're edible.
They're
Let's
edible.
put it that way.
So-
they just need to, it can be Sour Patch Kids.
They can
Yeah,
anything.
It can be M&Ms.
Right, exactly.
It
They
just
have to
needs to
be
be
small
something
and
that
light.
you would want to put in your mouth.
Correct. And when you light the wick and you set the thing down, okay,
Everybody watches.
everyone shouts bear, and this thing goes bang, and the launch vessel shoots
Launches.
up 40 to 50 feet in the air, and the gummy bears go another 15 to 18 feet higher in a nice dispersal. And then the idea is
You keep your eye on the
you
prize.
keep your eye on the bear and you try to catch a bear in your mouth. The problem
Or as
is
many as
there's
you can.
7 other assholes also doing the same thing.
Not looking where
Like I
the-
said,
they are
all
not
looking
looking
at
the
the
requirement for the
prize.
game is a bunch of idiots.
And they're not looking at you or me or whatever. I got Mark Vermillion's teeth into the back of my skull. At least 8 stitches.
Yeah.
But was this the first time? No.
He was
Yeah.
leading with his mouth, as you do when you're playing bear.
It's
Yeah.
almost more fun to watch than to
It
play.
is. And
my
so the
God. It
technique
was
for
great to
bear is
watch.
to put your hand in front of you like you're a receiver. And then have your mouth open and focus on the bear, but your hand's there as a guide.
Yeah.
But you get excited, and invariably you put your hands back like wings for some stupid reason, for
It's
aerodynamic
easier to
efficiency.
You're trying to get
Stretch
yourself
out.
tall.
Trying to get more extension.
Yeah.
And invariably, you end up with one missing tooth and a scalp injury.
And a lot of gummy bears.
And
Yeah.
gummy
and a
bears
bunch
later.
of bruised knees.
And it's over a
shins.
fucking gummy bear. But the game is called Bear. I don't know how we invented it.
I've only seen it played at Bandcamp.
I saw the first time you guys decided to play bear from across the field, and all I heard was bang, and a bunch of people looking at the
Shouted
sky
bear.
and walking around and bumping into each other.
And a bunch
it
of
was
people
the
shouted
best.
bear.
And so I'm like, and the photos that Michelle got,
Yes.
just of people just staring into the sky.
Yes. For
The
no
funniest
fucking
thing I have
reason.
ever seen.
Why
And I'm
are
all
people
the way-
staring
And I
at
was
the
like,
sky?
okay, I have to go over there. What is happening?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Bear.
Was that just
Bear.
a fizzball photo?
So I will.
Fizzball, yeah.
So would anyone else to describe fizzball?
Oh yeah.
Baseball is the greatest. It is.
Mary from Columbus brings all the old crappy beers that they couldn't sell and that have expired and they're sitting around. She brings them to.
Mary works for the
She
the
works for
Ohio
the
Craft
Ohio-
Brewers
yeah.
Association or something.
So she brings all the old expired beers to Bandcamp. And
Unfit for human consumption.
She also brings a lot of
It
very
tastes
good fresh beers to Bandcamp. I will say that for her also. She
Does she
travels.
tell you which is which?
She's always offered me the good ones.
All beer is fit
yeah.
for human consumption.
Yeah.
But the fizzball beers, and then we play baseball.
Right, exactly. And so,
there's
I
a
mean,
couple more steps.
this is what's hilarious to me.
So
Is
there's a chair leg. Or
That's-
a table leg.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you use the
That's
table leg.
right.
as a
That's
bat.
right.
And
Don't
someone
use it-
tosses a full beer at you, and you hit that beer with the leg.
A full shaken
If
up
you're
beer.
lucky.
Where it just explodes in your
Yeah.
face, and it's fucking awesome.
If you're lucky.
Full shaken
James
up
is
beer,
really
yeah.
good at it. He's kind of a jock.
And
So.
I love it, and I've got my fizzball uniform. It's a High Life It's a High Life shirt that I use for fizzball. And that's all I use it for. I made sure to pack it and bring it with me.
Has it been washed since last time?
Once, maybe twice.
Yeah. I was telling them because you guys were there. We haven't been to Bandcamp since before Matt's last marriage.
Oh, do you know how angry I was this morning when I was looking at my Facebook page?
When
I
you
was looking at
realized
Facebook and I was like,
it had been
3
a
years
whole
ago
marriage,
today?
a whole marriage.
Oh,
Yeah.
what wedding was I at 3 years ago today?
oh, the one that didn't make it.
Oh.
The one that ended last year. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry, Matt. We love you, but your spouse that stepped on you, you're not so fond
Oh
of her.
man.
I yelled to Kathy. I was like, "Hey, Kathy, guess what we were doing 3 years ago today? Not going to Bandcamp."
Yeah.
Oh man. So be careful if you ever have a wedding. And this is advice from your Unkie Phil. If you're like, I found the woman of my life, I think we should get married. Check your fucking calendar. All right? Look at events on your calendar and say, okay, do
Let's
I
do
have
it a
any-
different month. Don't
Right.
try and gamble on the
fall
weekends.
weddings.
Right. So here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Fall
If you're into
Do it in
fucking
January. I got a friend that got
February's
married in
nice.
January. Everybody made that wedding.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a decoy duck enthusiast and the decoy duck fucking rally of the century is in October, you don't have your wedding in October. Think about what you do for some shit. We
Think about what your
planned,
friends do for some
yeah,
shit.
we planned our wedding around the rally calendar.
Have a
Like,
February or a March wedding.
yeah, that's, I mean, game on, man.
As a tax professional, I will say that I will not be at your wedding if you have it in March or April.
And as a customer of
little
tax
busy
professionals,
then.
I would say have Kathy do your taxes. She's
Also
amazing.
have Kathy do your taxes.
She's
Kathy.
amazing. She saved me a lot of money this year.
Why? I still haven't gotten my 2020 return.
www.kathytaxes.com.
That is fucking
They're backed
hilarious.
up. They're not that backed up. You might want to get a hold of the IRS.
They owe me $6,400.
They're pretty backed up.
extension.
Like,
Google,
Yeah.
where's my refund?
like in 2020,
That's fine.
I changed the status of my corporation, and I got the confirmation about 7 or 8 months later after I sent the thing. And then about 2 months ago, I got a thing based on my return filed in April 2020. That the status was wrong based on my old status, that they'd already approved the change.
Yeah. I had another client that happened to.
No,
Anyway,
I
so
forwarded it to my accountant, and they're just like, "Don't worry about it. You have the confirmation letter."
So we have tax talk with Kathy.
And by the way,
feel free to call in.
I would like to call
So
attention.
I'm just saying the
taking
IRS
questions.
And,
is fucking backed up.
Company,
At
I would
least
like to-
two
Anderson
parts of
Crystal
it.
Consulting at
I would like to-
gmail.com.
Yeah,
Now
I
back
was-
to our program.
Shameless plugs are fine.
I'll call attention to the fact that we are the most fucking old white guy podcast in the world, where everybody's outrageous.
Hey, we have a black guy now.
Sorry, James.
Wait a
Sorry,
second.
James.
We have a black guy now.
Somebody starts talking about tax
So you're
advice.
saying you're a podcast with a black friend.
everybody joins in.
Everybody
Yeah,
shut the
Yeah, this is all our one black friend.
My broker's E.F. Hutton, and E.F. Hutton says, shh. And the whole room got quiet so we could listen to fucking people. Yeah, it's a little crap. We talk about getting drunk and naked, and everybody's got a fucking story.
This
We
show
talk
brought to you
about
by the
getting-
Bill and
We
Melinda
talk about
Gates.
taxes and everybody's got a fucking story
Yeah,
too.
because you know what? The only thing I'm scared of is what? Fucking
and
getting that
taxes.
audited, man. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
police.
You can't scare me with a sharp knife, but I've been audited.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
As an enrolled agent, I will say you don't want to get audited.
You don't want to get audited. Yeah. You
Speaking
just
of
don't want to get
Well,
audited.
when Kathy does your taxes, buy the extra insurance too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
makes it
I'm
all
a
her
fan.
fault.
Right. I'm a big fan of all these things.
Makes H&R Block have to deal with it.
Your
Suckers.
problem now,
Yeah.
send.
Exactly. I'm seasonal.
I'm seasoned. Perfect. I love it. So that's the thing. So this is what we get together for. We go to Bandcamp tonight.
Are you like sage
Going to
or
Porco.
rosemary or
Yeah.
seasoned?
Seasoned. Oh my God, John. Jesus Christ. More brown liquor, sir. Yeah.
I'm a real wild child.
Yeah. So I do recommend, this is one of those things where we're talking about, we've been locked down on COVID for a while. So for us, I know when I went to your guys' rally in a couple of weeks ago.
The Midwest Classic.
The Midwest Classic, that was kind of like, oh shit, it's back on. Like we can do this again.
We can hang out.
We
and
can
we don't have to
do
worry
this.
about hugging each
Yeah.
other because we haven't seen each
Right.
other. Yeah.
We can do this now. And I came back and I didn't have COVID. So apparently
Yeah.
Chicago's safe.
It was
I
good.
got
And then
COVID
2 weeks
Chicago
later,
over
I got
Christmas.
Is that
COVID.
James?
I got
brought this
COVID. I'm
picture
super immune now.
Yeah.
Has anybody not had
3 weeks
COVID?
ago.
No, that's our James. That's our James.
Oh, I'm
that
not
hair.
your James.
No, you're
everyone's
Kathy's.
James.
You're
You're
Kathy's
the James
James.
that belongs
James.
to the
You're
world.
Kathy's James.
Yeah.
We know where you belong. That's Cleveland James. That's Cleveland James for our podcast
Look at all that
listeners.
hair.
Look at all that hair. Yep, that's Cleveland James. So it is fun that we're,
and there's the
believe it or not,
cake.
that's a cake.
That's a cake.
That's a fucking cake.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
a
Mary
cake that's made
Smith.
of cake.
That's a cake that's made of cake.
Yeah, Mary Smith made that cake back when she was working on Ace of Cakes.
Yeah,
that
that's
TV show.
she was on the TV show. Exactly. Yeah. Il Butengati. Yeah.
I know the weirdest people.
And you know what? And anybody who I was gonna say, anybody who's been there knows tire, raffle.
Iron City.
Iron City. They did make a special contingency this year that said that in order to participate in this year's Bandcamp, you must be what? You must be boosted, right?
Yep.
You got to have some shots, and shots. I just got my double. I've doubled down. I've now have 2 boosters.
Nice.
So
That's 'cause
my
you're
5G is strong. Yeah.
And poor Penny can't be at Bandcamp this
Now
year.
that Phil's coming, we'll actually have cell reception.
partner
My
in
dick
crime.
gets
She moved to
Wi-Fi
Tucson.
right now. That's it.
I'm living in Seattle and I made it.
Yeah. She's the worst.
Yeah. And so we're not, so this year at Bandcamp, there has this thing where we just kind of they've said there's going to be like, you have to pre-register, which means you got to think about it
Pre-reg
ahead of time.
only.
Pre-reg
No
only.
showing up at the
Right.
door.
No, just like,
Showing up at the gate.
I heard there was a scooter rally this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary, I don't think those are Hare Krishnas. Yeah. So, yeah, it's fucking stupid fun. But it is a hilarious thing. And in our tribe, in our personal weird tribe of small-wheeled scooter enthusiasts, it is a real thing that we do. It's
our Burning Man.
It's our Burning Man. It is
It
truly
kind
our
of is,
Burning Man.
yeah. It kind of
I work
is,
in a
yeah.
shipyard in Seattle, and I was kind of describing to some people, they're like, what, like what I was going to do
Yeah.
this weekend. And like one was like, is this kind of like Burning? I'm like, same flavor, but
Right church,
yeah.
wrong pew.
I
Yeah.
was recently
lot less
telling
money.
someone at work what it was, and they were like, "It sounds like Sturgis for nerds."
Yeah.
Nerdgist.
Yeah.
Nerdy Sturgis.
Like kinda.
Yeah, we have like
kinda-
several of them every year.
I got offered a VIP pass to like a professional conference, airfare, hotel, like backstage, whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm going.
Yeah.
to another event. Like,
And it
I'm
is-
not even gonna try and explain it to you because no one's gonna.
I'll be out of town and I won't have a working cell phone. Bye.
Oh, my staff today is like, can you do this? I'm like, no.
Yeah, that, by the way, this
I
is them
switched to
setting up
airline
bear.
mode.
So if you look in the
yeah.
audience, there's the
Oh,
people that are
good.
waiting to catch the bear. So these are all people, and I can tell you, I know when this happened, and this guy here's name is Wendell, and Wendell pushed his teeth into the back of her head about 20 seconds from when this picture was taken. Yeah, so that is people waiting for this guy to launch the bear.
That
Yeah.
means that Michelle's got some good pictures
Michelle does a great job with documenting our
of
shit.
people playing
Yeah,
bear.
it's pretty
It was
rad.
probably what I
Yeah.
saw when you guys.
So
first
she
started
does. She
playing.
does a really good job. So when we talk about the dumb shit that we do, and I have been to Burning Man.
We
I
know
mean,
it's dumb in advance.
Yeah. Well, it is also disproportionately the largest number
I
per
mean, I was
capita.
going to say you can know that was dumb after you did it,
Yeah.
but sometimes
Yeah.
it's just fun when you know it's dumb before you do
we're
it.
gonna do it anyway. There was a go-kart last time that we did this. A T-Rex was leaping over a go-kart at 35 miles per hour. So we had a Shriner go-kart at max velocity going
So it's pretty
headlong
much the
at a
size of
T-Rox.
a Barbie car or a
And-
Power
yeah,
Wheel.
right, a Power
Except
Wheel.
it was gasoline
powered. And the T-Rex had it down. That was our friend Josh Dunow. And Josh Dunow had it nailed so he could jump at the perfect moment and clear the fucking it was good.
What's the theme this
missed
year?
it.
I had a friend that I
What
told
is the
him what I
theme
was
this
doing
year?
this weekend.
BYOB.
BYOB.
Good
I
idea.
had-
Bring
I had
your
a
own
friend,
party 'cause we're
that I
all
told what I was
exhausted.
doing this weekend, and she says, "Okay, well, make good decisions or fun bad ones."
Yeah. The
It
other
is, it
good
is a
advice.
weekend of
It
fun
is
bad
good
decisions.
advice.
I mean, I generally don't make bad decisions because they're not going to be fun.
Yeah, but that's a sailing friend of mine, and honestly, I think I'm really glad she didn't discover scooters because I don't know. I think she would give us a run for our money.
Right. They one of my favorite phrases is, "Oh yeah, they're naked again." and there will be a point in every fucking rally where somebody goes, "Oh yeah, they're naked again." And that's exactly what happens because there's always the people at 6:28 p.m. that are just like, "I can't take it anymore. I got to go." And you're going to come and they'll roll out and you'll be like, "Too early. Too early.
Too early.
Too early.
Yeah.
Too early. Too
Too
early.
sunny.
It's too early." Yeah.
You can't
Too much
ride a
sunlight.
Hinkle tourist naked through the dance floor until at least 3 a.m.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
know this from experience.
Yep. A few years ago, Tom Pennington just had too much anger bottled up inside of him, and he was like,
That's like his standard state, though.
yes, and he was so like,
I gotta give that man a hug.
he was.
I have not seen him. in
I know
ages.
he was so gonna rage fuck Bandcamp.
He doesn't take it out on people, though. He just
no.
he just has
He just takes
yeah.
it out
But
on
his
fans.
pants exploded off of his body, and he never found them ever again. Like he was Adam Biddle naked. Like he was Nature
That's
Boy
really naked.
Adam Biddle naked for the entire time. But he forgot he was naked, and he's just talking to people, having a good time, just being naked at Bandcamp.
Yep.
And then I realized, I was like, well, you know what? Honestly, that's just another outfit, and that's Bandcamp.
It's a suit.
Brian
It's a birthday
Compton's
suit.
Brian Compton's No Pants Saturday. That one.
Yes, No
that
Pants
one
Saturday.
Bandcamp, you know, it's just like
So,
screw it, I'm in my underpants.
So Explosivo. So we
yeah.
talked about that.
That's why he's just hanging out in the back posing for us.
So this used to be this right here picture used to be a love seat and a scooter, and now it's $2,000 worth of fireworks. So they literally filled up the Sidecar Rig with fireworks.
El Caucho shoots
El
flaming
Caucho
balls.
shoots flaming balls. You buy the ticket, you take the motherfucking ride. And that went
That
on
was epic.
for a long
It was
time.
amazing.
And you see all the wiring there. None of that is done like by accident. This is our friend Alex. I'm glad he's on our
I
side.
said he's a freaky
Yeah,
genius.
seriously.
He's a freaky
I'm
genius, and I
glad
respect
he's
the hell
on
out
our
of him.
side. He's a scary dude if he's not on your side. Yeah, he's legit. Yeah,
Sure, that's about most of the people at Bandcamp.
The other thing about
Yeah,
Alex
it's true.
is he is also like incredible. Like he's not just like you just hear us talking. You envision some dude with like Doc Brown from Back to the
Yeah, yeah,
Future,
right,
like
right.
crazy hair and
Yeah.
like mad scientist goggles. But honestly, the dude dresses like Sean Connery from the '60s in the James Bond movies. Like he's sharp as shit.
oh, he's sharp as hell. Yeah, he's absolutely one of my favorite people on the
Yeah,
planet.
he's an awesome dude.
He stole my Ford Econoline conversion van, aka the Big Red Rocket of Love.
Oh, yeah?
He stole it while I was in it.
Yeah.
having relations. So I was in the back of it.
Yeah. We all kind of want to be as
rocking,
cool
and
as
he
Alex
came a
is.
knocking.
We all kind of want to be that cool.
And I was like, and I'm like, did you hear that? And next thing I know, I hear brum, brum, and we're gone. And he was doing this motherfucker like literally quarter
you a wild
panel,
ride.
quarter panel to quarter panel. Shit I didn't know I owned was hitting the windows, right? And I just couldn't do it. And it was seriously, it was the rodeo move. There was nothing I could do because there was no way I could work my way to the front of the van to stop this maniac. And then out of nowhere, after 20 minutes of sheer terror and like massive knee injuries, like then we stopped. And he got out like nothing fucking happened.
Did he
And I
like
was
leave you parked in a police station parking lot?
No. We were back at the event because he's not an
Still in your
idiot.
kidneys.
And that's how Phil got pregnant.
Yes. And that's right. Yes. And yes, and my vasectomy is now done with college.
Yeah.
He's now graduated. Summa cum never. Yeah.
Couch fire.
Yeah. But that is exactly it. Somebody brings a couch, somebody lights a couch on fire. Somebody gets angry at the guy who lights the couch on fire. It happens. It's a weird event. Like
90% of the time, it all ends up being in
a
good fun.
Buffalo
You don't want to be at one of these events when things go sideways.
well,
I was at the run where the guns got pulled.
I was at the one where
Yeah.
where the
There's me
bonfire
again.
blew up underneath Alex.
yes.
The pants off dance
I was standing
off?
close enough to that
This
my hair
is
got
this
singed.
is the launch of the very first pants
Okay.
off dance off.
Yeah, I remember getting into a dance competition with
And there you go.
what's his name from Baltimore.
And there you go.
Yeah,
So this is
there
how
it
the
is.
rally
There's
goes.
the
Yeah,
Weenie.
right. Yeah, that's how it goes.
I kept my pants on.
I was at some point in the rally. They were like, okay, so best Vespa goes to. It's either going to be Lacey's Vespa or Phil's Vespa. Now Lacey is my wife's sister. And then all these idiots that I know and love as my friends start shouting, "Pants off, dance off."
That is
This
a fair tiebreaker.
This is not okay.
very fair
This is
No, it's a fair tiebreaker.
extraordinarily odd. So I have to do a
Well,
pants
For
off.
stranger things odd.
Exactly.
For
Yeah.
us,
It was pure entertainment. My asshole friends are like, "This is going to be good," and they're so fucking like. So there's never a higher
it's not
concentration.
like you had to dance with each other.
Oh, look, man. You have to look each other in the eye and take your pants off and keep dancing. That's the rules. But my friend,
But
there is never a
who won?
greater.
lots of butts.
I conceded, and she took the trophy home because I'm a gentleman. But
Oh, we
here's the
knew
thing.
she was
Killed you.
going to win anyway.
In this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if somebody's getting naked and it's a woman and Phil, I think the woman's going to win.
yeah.
You never know. You never know
I gotta
because there's
tell you.
always a gross out factor.
Yeah, there's always a gross out factor, right? That coming in strong can go a long way. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: is I've never been to
also
an
a style
event.
factor.
I've never been to an event in my life that has a higher concentration of PhDs.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's true.
Everyone's very smart.
I got into a conversation with Jimmy Hogan Miller about DNA sequencing.
Exactly. There's a guy shitting in a chimney, for the record.
And Noah comes up and goes, "Hey, this is my friend Darren. He likes
He's
DNA."
a doctor.
There's a human being shitting in a chimney
Well,
at that
you're
picture.
a punk rock, like full on, like
I'm an orthodontist.
Yeah.
high level. Yeah,
I
you're
went
an
to college.
orthodontist.
I went to college for 12 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so
I
at
did too, but I
at
didn't mean
Bandcamp,
to.
that
Griffin from
means
Bad Religion is a PhD.
right.
Dan Yameen from Kid Dynamite and Paint It Black. He's a youth counselor psychologist.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And they're
Milo
smart enough
Ackerman
not to
is
go
a
to scooter
PhD.
rallies.
Milo Ackerman from The Descendants.
Yep, he's a
he had an
PhD.
album called Milo Goes to College. He's a PhD.
I assure
Biochemist,
you that when you realize
Hell
at
yeah,
the
man.
end of the weekend, the number of bodies laying in the ground are all advanced degrees,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, that guy couldn't breathe last night.
Denver,
That guy decided to set himself on fire last
That
night.
guy
He was
did set
starting a
himself on
bonfire.
fire.
Well,
last
I
night.
man, last year we were actually
But
talking
they
about
all
how
made it
weird
through
it is
relatively unscathed.
that how many people that go out to these events are all like maxed out on the degrees in their
Yep.
field. Like this is the best and the greatest that this generation has to offer.
I know.
Well, and I think MK Bedell really
Yes.
put it succinctly and perfectly when she said, "Oh, so this is adult recess.
It is adult.
Yeah.
It is adult
Except
recess."
it never ends and it takes over your life.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of pent up shit going on.
Yeah.
at
In
this
that
event.
picture.
It's not even your
I
doctor.
could read you
Which
my
kind of
dissertation.
doctor? We need a discussion about DNA sequencing.
When somebody opened his face up, so in the Mexicana, one of our friends that came in from Neu Ulm. So Neu
No,
Ulm.
this was just doing laps on Friday night.
Oh, was that just Friday night?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of
That
our
was just
friends
doing laps on Friday
Yeah,
night.
one of our friends from Germany showed up.
Or France. Or,
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
anyway, he was
Europe?
walking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But so they came in from the Neu Ulm Aboriginal Scooter Club with like the true Warriors vests on and the whole deal. And they came in and they were like going to win Bandcamp. And so very early in the
The only
game.
way to
Nobody
win is
wins
not to
Bandcamp.
play.
Yeah, and so very early in the game of Bandcamp, one of them decided to plow about an acre and a half with his teeth from about 63 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
and
for winning.
his jaw opened up, so his dick came out. So at that point, a helicopter was called
Yeah.
in. But before the helicopter came in,
Well, this
no
happened.
shit.
This
Yeah.
happened while it was still light.
It
out.
was light out.
By the time the helicopter
Yeah.
was coming, they
Yeah.
had to park like two
Oh, yeah.
police cars at either end of the field
Yeah.
to
To let that-
designate a landing zone for the helicopter.
But the
it was
thing
dark.
that got my attention was trained medical first responders at a Bandcamp rally, like 38 people.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh wait, I'm an ER nurse. Like
We had
so one guy
We had a
shows
paramedic
up. So
with
like
his bag.
because I show up and
Yeah.
I'm a combat lifesaver. So I'm a military combat lifesaver. I've been trained.
Few of us there like that.
Right. So I show up and I'm trained combat lifesaver. And then Woody shows up and Woody's a legit straight Boston firefighter, also paramedic. So I'm like, congratulations, you outrank me. You're in.
Clark was right there.
Is a
'cause it was
firefighter, paramedic as well.
Because it was right by
I mean,
his
I have
club's
a
campsite.
Marine like out there
Every
offshore, first aid certified.
Single
Yeah.
person was
Yeah.
like, it was like Game of Thrones.
Clark had his bag. He
Yes.
had his work bag.
He
He,
had his
brings
work
it to
bag with him.
Bandcamp because probably
It's
going
the
to
only place I've ever seen Saturday night at 5 a.m. where 9 people are on fucking banana bags.
Yeah.
Like everybody's strung up to
Got my
Rinner's
banana
lactate.
bag.
So
Right.
the time when the bonfire blew up
Yeah.
with Alex on top of
Oh
it.
yeah. I got to take a long cold shower with Alex.
Our friend Nikki,
Yep.
who was at Bandcamp,
Yep.
she's a burn unit.
She's a
nurse.
burn unit nurse.
I mean,
You need the bag to carry your
couldn't get-
Oxycontin.
you couldn't get faster first aid
Yep.
if you were in a major city and got
Shot in
burned
front
and
of
went
the
to the
ER.
hospital.
Alex is-
because it was just like, here we're gonna walk 20 feet,
Yeah.
and here's like a professional that
I-
deals with
Alex
this
It's
all
like
the
getting
time.
shot in an ER.
Items of Alex's clothing
Chicago.
were melted to his body. And we got Alex back to the showers in about 1 second. Like the amount of time it went from, oops, I've made a mistake of carrying a 1-gallon gas can into a raging inferno, to I'm in a shower with 3 people who were ripping his clothes off
Yep.
and pouring ice cold water on him.
Yep.
The amount of time that it took for that to happen was almost nothing.
But also the fact that someone knew
Yeah.
exactly how
Yeah.
to wrap that,
Everybody
exactly
knew
the
how to
care
do it.
instructions and everything. Yeah.
And so it's like you said you got shot in the ER. Could not have been better
Yeah.
for the amount of firepower that's there of just healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've seen James broke his ankle one
So
year.
you're saying we all know better.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't Wendell did the same thing.
Wendell did. Wendell.
broke
Yeah.
his legs slipping on some mud.
Dante Shivo broke his collarbone.
He broke his
We
collarbone.
were,
Yeah.
I think it was-
we were
broke his
showing up,
collarbone.
and there was an ambulance
Leaving
leaving,
the
and we were
place.
like, "Wait,
And
who's
then we got
that?"
another one.
Dante is he's a story unto
He
himself.
is. He works harder
I've
than
seen
most.
him crash at every single rally.
Every
he's
rally
been-
I've been
every
to,
single
he's
rally,
crashed.
every
In Chicago,
single
Every.
rally,
Milwaukee,
yeah.
at Bandcamp, all those rallies,
Every.
he's crashed.
We
Every
bought him a
single
helmet,
helmet.
in Milwaukee
Yeah.
and signed it. And he still won't wear that helmet.
Every single time.
Well, to be
He's
fair,
also
though,
like
And to be
21,
fair,
22
doing
years old.
incredibly stupid things, and he keeps doing it. Like,
Hydroplaning.
To be
Reach behind
fair,
you, Brian.
Full park.
when
Grab
we
that
first
helmet.
met was at the
Bridge.
first Rockford rally.
So I
And
brought.
you and all your clubmates decided.
I bought a helmet for
he's
Bandcamp.
Cool. We don't think he's going to live for a year, so
on.
we're going to wait a year to see if he lives.
Dante Dante
Dancing
is
Queen.
the new Hodge, and he is unbreakable, just like the old Hodge.
with us was Milwaukee 20
Something.
Milwaukee 20
20-teen, 20-teen,
That's the
something.
year that he fell on the bridge.
when he was 19 years old.
Yeah.
20.
Oh man.
Oh, he's a kid.
yeah, he's a
youth.
child. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's a-
good.
and he's got this beautiful.
He's related to
crazy,
Defiler Jim
like,
No, I know him.
Like
yeah, yeah.
Spirit of
right.
69,
Yeah.
flowing hair.
No,
He's just a
he's
fucking-
majestic. Let's
he's-
call
he's
it
a
what he is. He's
burnout.
majestic.
He is majestic.
He's
Best kind
majestic.
of boy.
Yeah.
And we were doing like like it's a scavenger hunt in downtown
Yeah.
Milwaukee, and a few of us had pulled up.
Put your mouth in front of the microphone.
Put your mouth on the Yeah.
There you go.
We we
God.
pulled up. We pulled up, and we were on the side of the road, right by a graded bridge. And just as I don't know why I turned to look. Oh, because the bell started dinging because the bridge was going to be going up, and instead of waiting, this youthful fucking Spitfire just decides
He
gun
decided
it on the grate,
to Dukes of Hazzard that mofo.
goes down. I mean, I'm pretty sure his teeth fell into the river through the grating.
And because it's a graded bridge, it's just angry metal.
There's no jumping.
And so our friend Debbie took him to the hospital, or went to the hospital with him.
Yeah.
I think she might have even said that she was his mom.
Oh.
But I can't confirm that.
Our mom.
I think that might have happened though. And we ended up going. We met up at what's the Milwaukee scooter shop? What's that called?
I don't know.
Jeez. Dang
Milwaukee
it.
Moto.
I was gonna say,
Milwaukee.
I started
Milwaukee
a trend
Moto.
all called the city and Moto after
yeah.
it.
Pride of Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Pride
exactly.
of Milwaukee.
And that's kind of where we met up after the scavenger hunt and everything. And she brings him back in her minivan, and we had gotten a 3/4 helmet for him, and we all signed it
Oh yeah.
because of course he had no. All of us are responsible adults.
Of course.
Drinking and scootering
I've
around
hit my
Milwaukee
head on the
with
ass
helmets.
times
Of
already.
course.
This child who's not even old enough to be served, even in Wisconsin, no helmet, smashes his face on a graded
two of
bridge.
these.
Well, I mean, if he
Technically-
shows up this year,
I bought
Technically,
two
in
of these, 'cause
Wisconsin,
fuck
he's
it.
old enough to be served if he brings a note from his mother.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Or
Wisconsin is weird like
or if
that.
he's sitting at the bar with his
AR-15.
if he's sitting at the bar with his
beer.
legal guardian,
Oh
they'll
my
give him booze,
God.
but they'll do that to a 4-year-old.
Wisconsin lets you set a good example for your children.
Yeah.
But you also can't
Or they
buy
also-
beer
yeah.
after 9:30 in most places,
Yep.
and
Or
on
Sundays,
Sundays,
yep.
which
Yeah.
is
Which is also true.
Yeah. We'd go camping just over the Mississippi River border in Iowa, and one of the jokes was, if we need a beer, Wisconsin closes at 9 for beer,
Yes.
so we better head over to
We have to get over there right now.
Take care of it.
Yep.
That's absolutely
And
right.
Wisconsin's the highest bars per capita of anywhere in the country.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why they
it's
close so
crazy.
early.
As a state,
Because all of the liquor stores
you actually might know
close
that
early. You're not
Fox
gonna
Lake,
get booze
Illinois,
otherwise.
where I grew up right across the bridge from there.
Oh, that's Defiler country.
Yes, it
Goddamn
is.
right.
Yeah.
That's Guinness World Record territory for the most bars in a single square mile.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's.
grew up.
I mean, I think they've lost it
I
now.
grew up
but
there.
So I would so now we have to get back to the actual real
Yeah, let's
business
talk
at
about
hand.
the actual-
And this is important
Dante.
because I want to remind people that Bandcamp this year, the theme is BYO everything, right? It's BYO motherfucker, which is fine because I had already warned Annie that last year I had threatened to do Bandcamp. I had straight up said, I'm doing Bandcamp, but I'm doing it as Phil's birthday party, not to conflict with you guys because it is my birthday weekend,
Phil
right?
Camp.
Right. Bandcamp is fucking Phil's birthday.
Phil
It's
Camp.
okay.
Yeah.
But I
Did
was
you
gonna
make T-shirts?
I was gonna the T-shirts like who the fuck is Phil Waters is
Oh
one
yeah,
of my
I
favorite.
Still, I still have mine.
But
Thanks,
so
thanks,
I,
Rodney.
I dead seriously I told Annie last year, I was like, if you guys don't do Bandcamp, I'm hijacking it and we're just gonna make it my birthday party. I'll call the band fathers, I'll give them an envelope full of money, and it will be BYO goddamn self, right? And it turns out half of that idea worked out. It didn't have to be me, it's them. But does anybody actually have a plan? Because I'm doing it straight up bad idea size. I'm going to eat pepperoni rolls from the corner gas station.
Oh, hell
Peps,
yeah.
yeah, that's
the whole
Pepsi
that's,
week.
been
that's what you put the
That's-
GPS. You put
as you
Peps
do.
on the GPS
You
when
leave
you head out.
Bandcamp, you make a right.
Yeah.
You go very, very, very fast.
I have
Yeah.
3 cases of Old Style and 3 bottles of Malort.
James,
That's all I got to say.
you are
I
set.
have 2.5 bottles of Pimm's and a case of ginger beer.
See?
I have a handle of Goslings and a multi-party pack of Smirnoff Ice and a bottle of Malort hand sanitizer.
Oh, nice, nice.
I love. I also brought 2 bottles of
I found
Goslings
bottles of
and
mango
and a half,
prosecco at
case of, ginger
Costco,
beer.
and I bought
Darkest
2 of those
Stories all
because
weekend.
I don't know how it tastes, but they were $10 each,
None
and
of you
someone else
are
will put that in
bringing-
their mouth too.
I did not hear anybody say a bag of fucking chips.
No,
I've got 3 bags of chips.
Here's the thing.
I've got Vintners.
They're providing pizza.
And chicken.
They're providing at least 3 meals while we're there.
Uncle
And the
James
rest of my
Magic
calories can
Barbecue
be in
is
sugar and alcohol.
providing how many pounds of pulled pork for
Uncle
the
James
for
Magic
the
Barbecue,
potluck?
bringing you 16 pounds of pulled pork. The
Holy
finest barbecues
shit.
you'll find in the Chicagoland area. Uncle James Magic Barbecue.
I candied the
Southside.
Rhinos for you people.
James, you have a voice for radio.
Fucking great barbecue,
Good
though.
job, James.
James is a fucking
Holy
king
shit,
of barbecue, man.
He's a king of many things.
I don't know what. I want to buy a mattress from you or something, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what
think I
that is,
am.
but all of a
Ignore
sudden
the
I'm like,
stains.
17th mattress blowout.
I'm glad you said it, not us.
Does your back hurt? Does your back hurt? You need some reparations. It's our
man.
Juneteenth mattress blowout. It sounds better when he says
Break
it.
your back.
It sounds a lot better when he
Ask if it was
says
a
it.
back alley mattress special, but Phil wins. So.
Yeah, maybe you should just hand him the script next time.
I will. He definitely brings the tone, right? Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, this is what I was joking. I was telling people, like, so what do you do for food when you get there? And I was like, you fucking work it out.
It happens.
Yeah. You work it
There's
out.
food.
3 years ago,
We brought food.
I got
We've
there
got food.
and there was a, what do you call that?
I have so much shit in my car. I don't have room for food.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
that's
Arby's,
Castle.
Arby's
I've-
sandwiches.
I've
I
shown
love
up
White
with
Castle
like
too. I love White
I've
Castle.
shown up with a box
I
of
have not
Pop
had
Tarts,
White Asshole
some
in
salami,
years.
and a loaf of bread, and I ended up. I don't know. I wound up with a steak or a pork chop.
Yeah.
I was very drunk. I was grilling it at like 10 at night. It was pitch black.
Oh.
And I was, there's fire and drunkenness,
Well,
but I was
here's
like,
the thing.
I didn't bring this meat
Our
to
friend,
Bandcamp,
our friend Moro,
and I'm grilling it and eating
yeah.
it. Oh,
our friend Moro from Montreal,
piano.
he came.
grill.
He had a meat piano grill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was there.
So Moro's family, like, owns an Italian restaurant
Yep.
in Montreal, like
Right.
multiple generations.
Oh, yeah.
And he runs
I've been
it.
there. Yep.
I've been there too.
I've been there.
And,
It's awesome.
and
I have
if you're a
not.
friend of
I
his,
also have
he
not.
will feed you very, very
My
well.
wife and I
could
couldn't
not
stop
eat
eating.
all the food. I couldn't fit all the food
Yep.
he gave me.
Only
in
time
my
that's
stomach.
ever happened.
He and his
that
brother
Darren
Fabio
found
just like
an
fed
actual
us
bottom.
at
He gave me
Gettysburg.
an 8-course
Like,
meal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And each course was not like, oh, here's a little plate of
Yeah,
pasta.
yeah,
Try
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Here's a bowl of pasta.
yeah, it was
and here's
crazy.
another bowl of a different
and
pasta.
Darren finished it
and
all.
it. Oh, I tried.
It's so
God, did he
good.
try.
Let
He's
me
our
show you
goat.
when we're done. I'll show you the pictures of the mountain of food I ate for breakfast.
But like
today.
that's and so I just wanted to bring this up
You guys
only
stop at,
because
you
to people
stop
that
at,
have never
what's
been
it
to
called?
Bandcamp who don't understand like the scooter fetish and people don't like nobody gets it. If you come to my shop, you're like, well,
I mean,
shit, I'm outnumbered,
fetish
right?
is actually a good way to do it
Yeah.
because there is. I don't want to say masochistic, but in a sense, it's slightly self-punishing. Slightly.
Look, at any point you want, you can tap out and go to sleep.
Yes.
It's true.
That's very
Ask
true.
Kathy.
As long as
Ask
you
Darren.
take your
Yeah.
You
boots
have to
off.
be able to sleep through
watched
DJ's
Take your
music.
fucking boots
Hey,
off.
Rob.
Sorry.
Ask
Rob.
Stefan.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And
I
that's,
mean, I
and that's
didn't
gonna-
pass out, but I blacked out for a couple hours.
I was so
last
mad
time.
you guys didn't wake me up for
So-
hot dogs. It turns out
We
you
tried. We tried, Kathy. We tried to wake you up for the hot dog.
You were
I
so
was
drunk.
a gallon and a half
For
of Bloody
real,
Mary.
that happened. Oh, there you go.
That was like a
Okay.
gallon of vodka that you
So
drank.
for podcast listeners who don't know the fucking rules, Rob actually did give one of the rules. Rob, what's the rule about the boots?
Well, so, and me being a transplant to the West Coast now, like, I've raised this with people I know out there, and apparently they don't have no idea what it's talking about, but you do not pass out with your boots on.
Yep.
If you pass out with your boots on, it was unintentional. It's a party foul. If you pass out and you take your boots off first, like, okay, that man was planning to go to bed. He is off limits.
Leave him
He
be.
is out of bounds.
But if you pass out with your boots on,
You're fair
You-
game.
you're going to
get-
find out all your
party
friends who
serious.
have Sharpie markers.
Yep.
You're going to find out all your friends who have $9 worth of makeup. And you are going to get a fucking makeover.
And you're gonna wake
you
up with
are.
your shoes tied together too.
You're going to wake up looking like a motherfucking Picasso.
Yeah.
Like we have guys that woke up seriously looking Art Nouveau. And they look like a German battleship from World War I when they woke up.
Razzle dazzle.
They had like 7 noses, right? And the thing is, if you take if you take your boots
Picasso.
off, if you take your boots off
You're
and you
sacrosanct.
pass out in the middle of the bonfire, like right by all of us,
No, you're sacrosanct.
but your
Someone will
boots
bring
are
you a
off,
blanket.
I guarantee you, we will all look after you. We will bring you a blanket.
What if you get one boot off, but you don't quite make it?
James, you tried. Now
boot
you're
half.
gonna
The
find out
boot
who your
half gets
friends are,
written on.
because now your friends are gonna be like, get his other
They'll
boot
put
off.
the blanket on after
Well,
they
then
draw.
you're
Or
at
wait a
the
minute,
mercy
somehow
of the
after
referee
pants
on the
still
field.
on.
Oh no, I've been there.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. We know this guy Noah one time. He fell asleep in the back of a truck. Not the good way. Boots were still on.
He didn't fall asleep. He passed out.
Thank you. He lost
He
his...
seized consciousness.
He lost.
He lost his struggle.
He lost his consciousness. He had it, and then he didn't.
And then she gone.
And then his consciousness was gone, which gives me the permission to Jedi Knight teabag him.
Oh yeah.
So I got my Jedi Knights patch right by the chewed bubble gum. And I mean, straight up, he was super angry about me about that for years.
Oh, yeah.
He was so
He's the kind
mad.
of person
It's his
who would
fault.
be, though.
Yeah.
He's a skin from the Midwest. He knows the rules.
But again,
rules.
like I said,
I mean,
He lived
we
in
grew up in
Florida for a
buttfuck
little bit
nowhere,
too long.
and we knew, we grew up knowing the rules.
he said at
He
one
likes
point,
to fuck with people who doesn't like to be fucked with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at one point
He
he
can
was
dish
like,
it out, but doesn't like
was
to
Give
take
her,
it.
not a taker.
somebody was like, you know he's going to beat your ass, right? And I was like, okay, can anybody here tell me the rule? And everybody was like, yeah, dude had his boots on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fair game. No, look, he doesn't have a dog in this fight. Like, not for nothing. His boots were on. So if you didn't do it, I'd say you were at fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You were required by the rules that he has no leg to stand on. Not that he can stand.
Not that he can stand.
Flops.
Look, there's a point where you just know, okay, guys, I'm just going to
going
take
south.
I'm
Give me
just
a
going to
minute.
take these off now. And I'm watching you guys.
It's also
I'm
a
making eye
safe word.
contact.
It's also a safe word tap out. Like, I need
is.
help. My
I
boots
need
are
help.
coming off.
Yeah.
Get me somewhere safe. And
Yeah.
everyone there respects it, knows it, and will take care of you.
My
But
buddy-
if you like don't see that coming, it's like,
Yeah. If you take care of yourself, people respect it.
Yeah,
If you
and my
don't
buddy-
take care of yourself,
This one year we were at
know
this,
thyself.
this one
it's
year
time you learned a lesson.
Yes.
we were at this place called EJ Cars and shit got weird.
Oh boy.
And it's this is a proper biker place, like a place where
God.
black.
This is
bike
also a
got painted.
Chicago scooter
Yes.
store.
This is legitimately a pirate cosplay weekend that was about to happen, and we went there instead. So first of all, we out-pro'd their bar.
I
God.
buy you drink.
totally-
I
so
buy
mad.
you drink.
So great.
You drank everything. I hope you all puke in your tents. Was our
That's what
night?
the owner
that-
said,
right,
yeah.
But-
Rob
every-
Loudon puked between our trucks.
My favorite term
And when we
was
say everything, we don't mean like, oh, you drank all the beer. Like, no, we drank all the beer and
Now
the
what?
whiskey and the creme de menthe
All the way down to the
and the
schnapps. to the-
Kahlua,
Are you familiar with the game of
Pucker.
I buy you
grenadine,
drink?
the vermouth. Everything was drunk.
Oh, crap.
Pretty
All we
much,
have
I
left
don't
is
wanna
apple
drink
pucker.
it,
I buy
so
you
I'll
drink.
buy it, you drink it.
We were drinking-
and then the tables get turned.
we were drinking shots of bitters.
By the end of the
That's
night,
40%. All right. But here's the thing. Our friend Mo,
oh, Mo.
our friend Mo woke up in a bad way, and his wife said, "Well,
a
I got
hard
good news
Saturday.
and I've got bad news. The good news is I didn't puke in the tent. The bad news is most of it didn't go in your shoe."
Sorry about that.
So I don't know what happened, but Kristen ended
Well, my
up
ex-
puking in her
So-
husband's
so-
boot.
So would it have
but his
been good
boots were
news
off,
if all
so
of
no
his
one
boots
messed with
were
them.
off?
I
Would it have
have
been good news if all of
I
it
have
did go
had
in
my
his shoe?
boots puked in by a significant other at
that
at
rally.
Niagara. At Niagara. I didn't have a significant other at that.
Not that
rally, so I had
significant
a
other.
lot of fun.
Different significant other. And I puked in her tent at a different rally.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
So,
But I have also
I was glad
yeah,
that
there was a
wasn't my
lot of
tent.
Jay's barbecue potato chips. Everything was bright red in there.
it's vicious. There's
remember
also
that
where
one.
we came up with the term the 9-man dragon. So there was this hostility between at the Niagara Rally years ago. There was some hostility between the Jedi Knights and a recently formed club called the Stormtroopers that were basically just invented to fuck with the Jedi Knights.
Well, and that was also spread off into Bandcamp, too, to keep it related.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. So we came up with it. We heard people having sex in
I
the
still
tent.
have a Stormtrooper patch that I stole as a
too.
Jedi Knight.
Oh, yeah. I made them.
Ew.
Yeah. So we heard some friends having conjugal relations in one of them nylon tents not far away. And so me and 8 other people got a great idea. We said, wouldn't it be really fun if me and 8 of my other friends went over and grabbed a hold of that tent and just dragged that tent as fast as we could drag it wherever the hell we wanted to go until we got tired of dragging it, which if you met my friends is about a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, it's nice because
it
it's
turns
usually
out-
wet
You
and
can
muddy,
cover a lot
so
of distance in a
you
minute and a
slide
half.
a
You
little
can.
easier.
Especially
Especially
wet
with 8
grass.
people.
Yeah.
And Niagara is a mixed media format. So
Yes.
it's grass, it's gravel, it's mud. It's grass, it's gravel, it's mud.
There's
It's grass, it's
concrete
gravel, it's mud.
inside.
It's
Sounds
kind of
a
like,
lot like a van getting stolen while someone's in a relation.
for real.
Speaking of which, did you finish when
So-
Alex stole your van and drove around?
Why do you got to know that? You're fucking weirdo. All right. So
Come on, I'm looking you dead in the eye and asking Phil.
All right.
I'm
you
not
know
gonna-
what? You know what? Telling these stories,
So
be
I'm
like,
gonna tell you-
calling someone a weirdo after these stories.
Yeah,
it's like
okay.
it's not even an
Yeah,
insult.
that's a-
It's
thank
almost,
you.
yeah.
Thank you,
This
sir,
is
for
a tip
noticing.
to you and your friends. If you're ever in an event and you hear people in a tent having relations, they have no expectation of privacy. They got
No.
3 microns of nylon between you and them. Right?
One of my favorite Brian Coppin stories. I'll tell you. When
Well,
you get
hold
done with
on.
this
Y'all grab the tent and you go for hell. You go hell bent for leather with the son of a bitch. 1,
They're
you're
distracted.
You're never going to have more fun. 2, the term for it is the 9-man dragon.
As you're dragging the
Because you're
tent.
dragging that motherfucker. And if you have not made a friend at the end of that event, you will have made at least 7.
And an enemy or two.
Well, yeah, that goes back to the old joke of like
Everybody-
you know,
everybody's having a
right.
good time.
8 out of 9 people love gang rape, right? It's one of those weird jokes that nobody wants to say in front of
And
polite company.
73% of all
Too
statistics
soon.
are made up on the spot.
Exactly, right.
What is 9 arms and sucks?
Exactly. But so if you get a chance to do that, it's really fun. And now to the day though, the I didn't know the people that were in the tent, but I do know I did. Turns out retroactively, I did know one of them. And apparently he said that's good because things weren't going the way I wanted them to go. And it turns out you guys were right on time. So he's like, I know you think I'm angry, but you saved the day. He goes, I had a lot of whiskey. And I really was at a point in that relationship where I had to man up or shut up. And all of a sudden, the whole world changed, and that saved me.
Not all heroes wear capes.
So yeah, he goes,
Scooter rally sex is a crapshoot. Literally.
well, at the rally, we like to say the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a true rallyism right there.
So
Even when you
this
know what you're
brings it-
getting into.
Brings it back to the camp a bit. This is, I don't know, 17, 16, something.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Years don't matter. Nobody who listens to this podcast was
it was
there.
it was
It's the
before
first-
today.
It's the first night of Bandcamp.
It was
They're not
before
trying to
today.
trick-
The first night of Bandcamp.
So you're saying it wasn't this weekend?
No.
No.
It's 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know. Almost everybody's gone to bed. And there's some girl we don't know.
Yeah.
Who's there at Bandcamp, has a Vespa, whatnot.
right.
Hanging on the table. And, you know,
You had me at she was there.
she was there.
I mean,
There she was.
anyone who's been to a
in-
scooter rally,
and there
is
she
that-
was.
was there
And
is there more
the
requirement
Chicago
than that?
tradition is we would pretty much just bring whatever bottles of booze we had at home, and we'd have a
leftovers.
picnic table that was pretty much a full stock
Loaded up.
bar.
That's like the
Everything
first
from,
stop
like-
at
You need to make
Bandcamp.
sure
Before
it's
anyone
still a
sets a
picnic
tent
table.
up who's from Chicago or Canada,
Load the
you
table.
go and get a picnic table,
Yeah.
drag it across the field,
Yeah.
Load it up.
and load her up.
Load her up. It's like I mean, there was everything from like shitty tequila
Oh, yeah.
to like 14-year-old scotch.
Have you been to the Porco
we-
cabin?
Mystery. Yeah,
Yeah, many times.
It's all free.
Anyway, but among that, because we're from Chicago, is Malort.
Of course.
And this young lass was being hit upon by Sir Brian over there.
Okay.
And
I don't know why this
young
is.
lasses
I don't know
are-
why
as
this has
young
become like a
lasses are
medieval
prone to
love
love
affair.
affair.
It's
And
2 or
now
3 in the
it's
morning, the
making-
first night
Because
of
there was-
Bandcamp.
there was potentially
That comes in the morning.
potentially a little chivalry there.
Hey, girl. You like
And-
snacks?
And
My lord.
and he was trying to close the deal. Fair enough. She was cute. And
She was there.
my friend Carm and I were also there. And
They were.
And I said to Carm, I said, he's trying to close the deal and he's giving her shots in Malort.
It only
Which
worked
was
with
still
me that one time,
successful.
James.
Was still successful.
Yeah.
The next morning, coming back to your story,
Yeah.
about 3 microns of nylon,
Yep.
our friend Penny goes, I heard you having sex last night. And he says,
You did not hear me having sex. You heard someone I was having sex with. Because I am a gentleman and I can keep it fucking quiet. Her, on the other hand, had no concern for the fact that some of our friends' teenage daughter and her teenage friends
Yeah.
were 2 tents over. Everyone else was like, they could all hear. She didn't care.
I'm
She
the
didn't know.
13th fucking samurai when it comes to rally sex. Don't
No,
even know.
Here's the deal.
There's a rookie
as
move.
soon as you are on
her
the
part.
inside of a tent,
Yeah.
Good for
nobody
you,
else
though, sir.
exists until they grab your tent and pull it away. Period.
Best Vespa
I have
that
a
weekend.
great story from New Orleans.
She did.
the same
She won
vein.
Best Vespa.
She did win Best Vespa. So, I mean, I guess I know how to pick them. I don't know.
I don't
I've
think I've
never
Dude, that's
ever
like
heard
fucking
anyone
royalty.
say that.
So
Yeah.
many years ago,
Kinda.
the Jedi Knights threw a rally in New Orleans.
absolutely,
Down
yep.
and dirty, and it was on Halloween
Halloween weekend, baby. Yeah.
And
That sounds amazing.
at the time, we decided with different economic strata of every members of the club. So what we decided to do is we're going to rent a big house.
Yep.
If you're flush, you can get a private bedroom.
That's right.
If you weren't flush, we've got beds upstairs in like this rumpus room.
Yep.
If we just want to have you there, throw whatever you can in. We got floor space upstairs. to sleep in.
Absolutely. Yep.
So we had like maybe 20 or 30 people because the Jedis are a big club in this house in the Garden District. On Halloween, we carved penises into pumpkins and put them on the front porch. Parents were starting to walk up the front porch and then seeing it and turning around and walking away.
So they were
And-
successful.
Yes, and
So it worked.
I have a really nice room that Steve O'Jani had the other ones adjoining a bedroom there, like, in the best rooms in the house. And I had a relatively newish wife to me at the time. And as one is prone to do, as people are wont to do, you do what you want.
You were going to christen that motherfucker.
Well, we decided to have some fun. And it's in New Orleans, and so it's like, a hardwood floor with a bed. And
Right.
we realized about halfway through of the goings-on of the proceedings there that we're making a lot of squeaky noises going on. And we stopped for a second, only to hear a standing ovation from everyone in the club downstairs in the living room. So we're like, well, we got to finish big.
It wasn't just the springs. The ceiling was squeaking as well.
It's like plaster
we go-
falling
You
down.
paused to read the room. That's a
And we-
comic move, man.
And we heard the applause, and we went at it even harder and started for a little bit.
The
And
big
then-
finish.
And then,
That's some
couple of
professional
minutes-
technique.
is.
And then this being New Orleans and, being the South and all, right in front of our bedroom, you come down, there's a grand processional stairway coming down. And I walk down
Were they
there,
all-
just standing ovation, and we're standing there like golf claps and everything. And then about 2 or 3 minutes
I
later,
hope somebody handed
down
you
comes
flowers.
my wife in her first scooter rally event.
Good job.
You look like the
It would have
Rodney
been really
Dangerfield
funny if
of
you guys
doing
ended it
it.
with, oh no!
We're having the
heard
best
that.
sex ever in this price bracket. Well, it
And
seems
if I
like
remember right, when she got to the bottom, I think she may have taken a bow.
that's good. So Sleepy,
for
that's a
her.
pretty decent podcast.
But
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, it's okay. So that's what it's about. So this podcast was all about what? It's the pregame for Bandcamp.
It is.
That's what it is.
I'm
That's,
just worried
Sorry,
about
everyone who's
editing this.
listening.
You don't have to.
We'll have
Game
to-
Porco
so-
You
here.
don't edit
At
much.
least it was
No,
interesting.
not editing. I'm saying, mixing. Wise. There's a lot going on.
Just throw it at it.
Yeah.
Just throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
I will.
Yeah.
So a
Most
guy
of us
goes
were
into
Sorry.
the doctor and he says, I got a problem here. My leg hurts all up and down it. And the guy says, well, the doctor says, come on over here. So he gets out a stethoscope and puts it on the guy's hip. And as he moves his leg, he hears this voice saying, hey, man, you got $20 I can borrow? I just need $20, man. And he's like, well, okay. So he keeps going down the guy's leg. And right about the knee, here's a second voice, totally different voice saying, hey, man, you got $10 I can get a pack of smokes, man. I just need $10.
Better be Bandcamp related.
It isn't. And he gets down to the ankle, and the guy says, hey, here's a third voice saying, like, hey, man, you got like $5 I can get till payday. And he says to the doctor, he's like, well, so what's going on with my leg? He's like, oh, I've seen this before. Your leg's broken 3 places.
God damn.
And he says, well, what about this one? So he takes his, no noise on the other leg,
But I hate you for it.
and he takes
Oh,
the
wait,
guy's
it's not over yet.
He takes the
James
guy's
is sad
pants leg
'cause he
off on the
didn't
other
tell that
side,
joke.
and there's a sign that says, anything helps, God bless. It's like, is this one broke? He's like, no, that's just a bum knee.
Wow. Holy shit. I didn't
Wow.
think you could save that.
That was like a grandpa joke.
God. Oh my God. You know what?
Not even a dad joke.
And that's how you know he has a kid because
And
he
you know
told
what?
that joke.
Chris Smith is not fired. I thought for a second we were going to have to fire Chris Smith, but no.
No. Yeah.
His position is safe.
He gave us a
that.
typical Irish goodbye, though.
He did.
gonna remember that when
I
I
respect
tell it
that.
at
I think he's hanging out.
Fuck that. Hey guys, ride fast and take chances. We'll see everybody at Bandcamp. Press the red button, Steve.